Why? Why have you done this to me, car? Das German. So, that was going swimmingly well. Cleaned all of that area up. We just need to do a little bit more rubbing down with the bits that we're going to repaint and treat. However, I thought, right, we'll take the pad carriers off, we'll fix the backing plates, put some bigger washers on them, blah 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 blah. So out of the 4 bolts, we managed to get one out. Oh, there's the one there that came out. So that one came out. The rest, however, just sheared, and it's just all this powdery crap where you can see it around that other bolt where it went. So you can see all the powder. So here is where we are up to on this one. So I'm not too bothered, right? I'm off centre on that one. I've stopped drilling because I don't want to take meat away from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill through this one, leave that one as is for now. If I need to do some more drilling on it, I will, if we kind of get it moving. But we'll hopefully get that one moving out of there and then be able to get that one out. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed! We're on 99 drill bits. 99 drill bits later. Oh, I've metal shavings everywhere, swath everywhere. Got a good old bit through that bolt now. I'm not sure what to try and ease out. I'll just keep drilling it some more. Maybe drill it a bit bigger. Try and chap it. See, here we go. Right guys, I just will not be beaten by a German. I will not have it. So, I mean, it's been most of the day, on and off. I've been taking breaks because my knees sore. That extra foam was there because it was hurting my back, pushing against the drilling. So obviously you've seen that one was out. We're nearly through the tang tools, all the tang tools drill bits. So you see I had to drill that one a bit more, but we have gotten it out of there. But look at all the crustacean, so that's what's happened there. So I didn't want to take meat away for the holes, so we don't want the hub damaged. So now what we have to do is get these bits out of here. I know that one's turning because I was turning the carrier when it was still in the car, so it was just turning in the thread, yet the bolt still wasn't moving. So, and you can see all the powder, you can see why it's happened. So now we can get some new P's and D's. I might change this caliper on that side. I might. This one has been done before. I did this one not that long ago, so I might just clean that one up, return it back to home, to its returned position, put new pads and discs on it. These were overplaced as well, man, but the car's been sitting, so I think we're still on the original calipers. No, that one's been replaced. They're still free. I'm not sure if that one's been replaced as well. You know, maybe I see Darkside Developments actually. It may actually be cheaper to put braided hoses on this than it would be to put the genuine ones back on. So you can see I did the wheel bearings a long time ago. That was no end of grief, getting them out, so I should have known this was going to happen. So obviously we're cleaning up the body and stuff like that, cleaning the subframe up on it. I've had the car from new. The body's not too bad. There is surface corrosion all around it, to be honest with you, where the plastic wasn't covering it. These are covered with that kind of foam stuff, but what happens is dirt and all that gets trapped in it, and behind the covers, moisture. Plus it's Scotland, so there's just no stopping it. So I think what we're going to do now, what the plan is now, I think, is we'll continue to clean all this up. Obviously I'll need to get these bolts out. These are £256 plus VAT per size, but you can buy the bolts separate. So it's forged steel, so hopefully we can recondition the metal. I will assess it once we clean it all up. So hopefully we can recondition them, just put new bolts, pins, pads and discs, maybe change that caliper, the flexi hoses. But what the plan now is we'll get this all ready to go back on, but before we do it, we'll take the tank out, right, and we'll just see there's a wee bit up here, there's a bit up there, and there's going to be more behind it, so we'll treat it all, repaint it, and prolong the life of it hopefully. So there you go guys, thanks for watching. Sometimes you start these projects and you wish you never started. So project Audi, we'll hopefully have the derriere, at least the rear, done by this week. So hopefully the rear end will all be done, and then that way we can put it back on. Right now we could be replacing all these arms, right? They are getting a bit on, but the bushes actually still seem like they've got some compliance in it. So we're going to put it all back on. The subframe bushes as well, they seem good considering it's 14, 13 year old now. But what we're going to do then is, we know it's serviceable, we know it can come back off again, and we can change it as and when we need to, basically, because you know, these arms here, I've not priced them yet, right, but if the carriers are 256, I'd imagine these are going to be close to the £400 mark, if not more. Subframe for them is about 2-3k, so lots of money in these Audis, but this one's just needing, you can actually still see some of the powder coating on it, so no, it's not too bad. So, you know, it's just, you can see all the powder coating there. So we'll just prolong the life of it, make sure it lasts, eh? Thanks for watching, guys. Haven't already, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, it's free for you guys, and it just lets you know you're like seeing Project Audi. I won't be beaten by the Germans, but I mean, maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, I know he's Austrian, but I don't fancy taking the Terminator, to be honest with you. See, this is what happens when you say you could beat the Terminator. I just can't believe it, man. What have I done that for? What did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. It's broke. I broke it. Well, I mean, timing, age and corrosion broke it, but probably me, to be honest with you. So we sheared that. God. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, man. And I've hate this, right? I've hate this. I can touch it now, but I couldn't touch it 5 minutes ago. I could have touched that 5 minutes ago. It was that hot, and you can see the vice is just tearing it all to bits. So I either need to drill the rest of it out, or try and weld a nut on it and see if we can get the whole thing turning. Not sure. Not sure, guys. Comments below. What do you think? I might attempt that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Right, let's see what happens, man. I'm not sure if that'll work or not, but I'll let it kill a minute. Let's see. If not, I think we might just drill it. Oh, it's quite deep. It has moved. It has moved in the way. I was able to chop that in. So hopefully I can get that out of there now. Let's see. I love this Audi. So, as you can see, right, that's where that slide is meant to go to. Right, so all the way slides in and out. That one's actually out of there. I had the one of these was moving on this side, another one wasn't. Obviously the one that wasn't moving is the one that's broken. So I've taken that out of there. I will replace these. Obviously you can see we now need to remove the bolts, which obviously, so you'd think once we got that and that, so thankfully these two slides were free. So you can see that one obviously we've did. You know that one there is where the broken one was. So, and good news, there you go. So that's what was left of the slide. So we were able to remove that from it now. So now we can put that all the way in. Obviously I will need to clean it up a little bit more, and it seems okay, to be honest with you. Well, obviously this is an old one, plus there's now wee bits of swath and stuff like that still in there, so I will file it all, make sure it's all good, so we can clean it all up, man, and get it back together. Thank God, eh? Thank God. Hopefully there's no more dramas. Hopefully we can get those bolts out. These are £256 plus VAT per side, so if we can try and save a little bit of money on the bits that we can recondition, hopefully, so we should be able to recondition them, because God knows what we're going to need for the old girl, I tell you. So there's no end to my ninja skill. If I can get it, which I can. There you go. All of that. 2.5 days of drilling to remove that. Now means but we can just put new slides in and save ourselves £256 plus VAT per side. So we obviously will need to spend a little bit of money on new slides, new boots, new bolts. However, we're not going to have to replace these carriers, hopefully anyway. Fingers crossed we can get them out, no dramas. Pretty confident I can get them out. If I manage to get that out, we're going to get them out anyway. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit a big thumb, hit that subscribe, man. Never ever give up. Don't let yourselves be beaten, eh? Just take your time. If you're not confident, but give it to an engineer in the shop, okay? Don't do this kind of stuff if you've not got experience with it. Just don't do it, okay? Don't watch YouTube and think, it's easy. Right, so I've left my torch on there, but looks it. So we are cleaning all the surface corrosion off of this vehicle. I am sort of partially reconditioning it. Don't worry, that's not giving much tension on it. See, it's not like a guitar string. So Anywho, it takes a long time, man. It takes a long time doing this. So obviously you see we're cleaning up there, cleaning up here, cleaning up all the spare wheel arch. So we've got all that still we're cleaning up. We're going to remove the tank as well, and eventually we'll get the back bumper off it, but you can see that bit. So we've started on this bit, so we're giving that a little zinc coating. We'll let that bake in, and then we'll give it another coating. And then this bit you don't see, so this is just to prolong the life of the car, to be honest with you. So I'll probably do all this and then we'll be banned for driving diesels, so but yeah, so we've got the subframe to repaint, and the wheel bar links to fit. We've managed to recover the brake carriers. So yeah, so really we could essentially be able to just clean all this up, take the tank out, paint all of that, put all this back, and then move on to the front. Happy days. Things have got a bit out of hand. Right, so obviously you've seen we're doing rear shocks, rear springs, and then we had some broken bolts on the rear brakes, so we had to tackle that. So 400 hours worth of drilling. Then we decided, you know what, actually it's more surface corrosion on this vehicle than what I had expected, because obviously a lot of it's covered. But here we are. So it is just surface corrosion, but it does take a hell of a long time to clean it. So you can see all that side in there. I've still to do a lot of cleaning in there. I've been cleaning up the tub for the spare wheel. You can see I've been at it, so I do need to go on it a bit more. I only did this bit here, as you can see that looks much better in there. So I did that bit in there just to see how it would look, basically. So I need to put another coating in there. This is zinc. So we'll do the zinc, then we'll do the high build. We'll let the zinc go off, and then we'll do the high build, and then we'll go over with our coat. And I just paint. I'm only going to paint the bits that's not even done. I cleaned all of this as well with some brake cleaning, some rags, and you can see how good the metal is. No, I mean, majority it's pretty decent. So obviously that side is all rusted still. You can see it is solid. It's just surface corrosion. So I've cleaned most of it off. You can see the bits where I've been taking the paint off. I've roughed everything up as well, so the paint sticks to it. So it's prolong the life of the vehicle. So I'm going to put the vehicle back in the road for myself. So here we are doing this. So yeah, I put some bolts back in there just so we don't get all paint on the bolt holes, and when we get to that bit we'll put the bolts in for the subframe, etc. Blah 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 blah. We have our new shocks as well. We'll need to get an exhaust clamp for it. We'll probably need to get pads and discs. You can't buy, I was going to change that to roll bar D-bushes, however you need to buy it complete. So I think we'll just leave that at the minute. We can get the two links for it. And we'll maybe need to change these suspension arms eventually. They are over 10-year-olds, so they will need done. Very expensive, but subframe, we'll get all that painted, we'll get it back on, and we'll get this bit painted. Once it's all done, we'll put all the covers back on, and then we'll move on to the front of the vehicle. A bit away for that yet. Right, that's a bit better looking. That looks a bit better. Obviously we'll need to take our bolts back out and stuff, but they're just protecting the holes. So I do have stone guard for the inner and outer sills. I've not done that bit because I'll do that when the wheel's off. So obviously we've taken all the clips for the brake pipes and stuff off. Obviously we've painted all of that in there. And there. There's bits that we need to get, but we need to move the ramp and stuff like that, and obviously all of that still to do. The exhaust's still original as well, a bit rusty. The clamp was broken in the middle, but it's still on the gap. So obviously you can see the middle of the tub all good. So we'll need to get all this bit next, but we're going to continue on this side, and we'll get those inner sills all done with the stone guard. Obviously we've still got the back half to do there. So we've got a bit more to do up there, yeah, and obviously the spare wheel well as well we'll need to do. We'll get the stone guard as well for that. Obviously you've seen we've did all the wheel arch as well, and we will have a new shock and a new spring as well for again. So 2 new shocks, 2 new springs, and we'll take the fuel tank out as well. Take the fuel tank out. We'll maybe put some new straps on it because they're looking a bit rusty. So we'll maybe put some new straps on. If they're thick enough then fine, but they most probably won't be. There you go guys, thanks for watching Project Audi. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, have yourselves a great old Friday, okay?